Okay, so for all you hustlers out there who are always looking for a way to be more productive and to increase your success, one of the biggest keys to having a successful day is having a good morning routine. If you start off the day on the wrong foot, it can pretty much ruin any chances for having a productive day. And on the other hand, if you have a good morning routine, it can really put you ahead of the game and give you an advantage headed into your day because you're organized, you're structured, you know exactly what you want to do, and you don't waste time. All right, so I just wanted to briefly share with you all a couple of things I do in the morning with my morning routine. So the first thing I do is I start off with a gratitude journal. And I know you've heard of these before. This one's called Choose Gratitude. It was not expensive. I didn't pay a lot of money for it. It was maybe $3. It doesn't need to be anything complicated, but what it does is it gives me an opportunity to start my day off and put myself in a space of abundance. Starting off from a place of abundance as opposed to a place of lack is extremely important. And the reason is because one of the things that holds us back from achieving our dreams is often because we don't feel like we're enough. So if you start off the day from a place of lack, which means you're focused on what you don't have, then it puts you in a mindset of not having enough to bring to the table to accomplish your goals. On the other hand, when you start off with a gratitude journal and you focus on what you do have, then you're putting yourself in a position of empowerment, which means you're in a mental state where you're acknowledging that you do have something to offer and you have things to bring to the table and you are blessed, and you're focused on what you have to offer versus what you don't have. And you don't come to the universe with your hand out just looking to receive. You're in a place where you can exert your willpower over your world and approach your day from the position of trying to make an impact, a positive impact on the world, versus focusing on yourself and what the world has to offer you. If you take that time to really sit down and think about all the things that you have to be thankful for, you'll realize that you are empowered, that you do have a lot going for you that you can offer to accomplish your goals. And you'll feel like you can really make a difference in your own life and that you're in a position of control and power. The second key thing I do in the morning is I PMP. And PMP stands for pray, meditate, and plan. Every morning I pray, meditate, and I plan. And the value of doing that, let's start with pray. So the value of doing that in the morning is when I start off with prayer, I'm extending my gratitude period over into a conversation with God. And so I've started off with my gratitude journal. I've listed what I'm grateful for. And then I go into prayer and I actually say thank you. I thank God for all the things that I'm grateful for and whatever I've indicated in my gratitude journal that day that I want to focus on. I take time to formally give thanks to God for whatever He's blessed me with. All right. So for me, that's extremely important because it puts me in the mindset of acknowledging God's power over my life and understanding that I'm not alone in my battle and that I am in a position of service to God in trying to achieve my goals and live in my purpose. And it's something that's bigger than me. I'm not just trying to accomplish something for myself and receive. I'm serving God and I'm serving my fellow man. And it puts me in a position where I'm focused on that and not focused on myself. I also pray for assistance and I pray for guidance. I pray for God to continue to work on the things in the areas where I need to grow. And I pray for healing in areas where I might be feeling pain or feeling inadequacy, feeling like I'm falling short. So I ask for that. And I also pray over my present situation in life and everything that's not under my control. I pray that God grants me favor over everything that's not under my control. So my prayers are usually focused on anything that's affected me from my past, that's affected me today, and then also over the present. Now, when I go into meditation, my meditation is typically focused on the future. And what I do is I meditate and I visualize me achieving my goals and being the person that I believe I need to be successful. So I take my time and I close my eyes and I really visualize myself being the person I'm working towards becoming. And I also visualize what my life and my world will look like when I'm successful at achieving my goals. I'm a strong believer in the power of visualization and manifestation in life, because anything that's been created in the world started out as an idea. It started out in the mind. So if I can first in my mind visualize myself being the person that I want to be and visualize what my life will be like when I achieve my goals, then I've already conceived what I want to achieve. And the only thing for me to do at that point is to birth my dream. So as Steve Harvey would say, never underestimate the power of your imagination and the power your mind has to influence the world and influence your reality. After I've prayed and I've meditated, what I do is I plan. And this is something that you can do at night too. You don't have to do it in the morning. Some people like to plan at night so that when they wake up, their day is already decided. That's great. Or you can do it in the morning after you've prayed and meditated, either way. But planning is critical after you pray and you meditate. It's critical to assign and designate your time throughout the day. You want to start out with first a checklist. That's what I do, is I start out with a checklist of the things that I want to get done that day. I prioritize them and then I schedule them throughout my day to designate specific times to do the things that I want to get done that day. And the reason that's important is a checklist is good, but so many things can happen throughout the course of a day to throw you off track. I've found that it's always best to make sure I designate specific times to do the things that are critical and that are most important, so that if anything doesn't get done that day, it's not one of my top things and my top priorities on my list. All right, so pray, start off giving thanks to God for what you're grateful for, and then ask for guidance and assistance in anything that you might be struggling with or you need help with, right? Meditate over your future and the goals you want to achieve. Meditate over the person you want to become. Visualize it. Picture it in your mind. Make it vivid. Picture details. Anything that you want to manifest or bring to reality, meditate on it. And then thirdly, you want to plan. Make sure you designate your time, you make a priority list, and then you take each of those items and you designate specific time slots to achieve those things throughout the day. If you do that, you're off to a great start, and then all you have to do is execute, and you're going to have productive days most of the time when you do that. All right. So I hope this has been helpful for you. I hope you can put it to use. Get you a gratitude journal if you don't have one, or you can start your own, and make sure you're PMP'ing in the morning. You want to pray, meditate, and plan every morning or every evening. Just make sure you do it daily, and you'll be off to a great start.